Hello, welcome to this week's geometry lesson, which is basically an extension of what we did last week in looking at angles. So the first thing I'm going to do is review what we did last week. So I'm going to create an angle. Okay, here we go. And there we are. So this angle measures, obviously, you could see that it's 45 degrees. Now, if we classify this angle, what type of angle is it? Okay, if you said it's an acute angle, then you're right on. Good, it is an acute angle. Now, I can extend this angle and I can make it lower, so it's still acute at 22 degrees, or I can go straight up and down, and it's a 90-degree angle. Now, if an angle is 90 degrees, what is it called? Okay, if you said right angle, good for you. And finally, I can extend this line. I can go more than 90 degrees. What would this angle be? Okay, so it measures at 129 degrees, and hopefully you said obtuse angle. Now I'm going to create a note. And I'm going to write here, just to review what we just said. So acute angle is, and I'm going to use a math symbol. I'm going to say it's less than 90 degrees, right? A right angle, well, we'll do a right angle, it's fine. So a right angle is equal to 90 degrees. And then finally, we did that the obtuse angle is more than 90 degrees. Okay, so there's our note, and I'm going to put done. I'm going to move it here, okay, and hold it into place. There we go. So that's basically what we did last week. So we're going to move on just a little bit. Okay, and this time, and for this whole lesson, you're going to be looking at how two angles sort of come together, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an angle again. Go here and here. Okay, well, 45 degrees again. And with that, I'm actually going to create another angle. Okay, now this angle is going to go basically right on top of the angle I just made. Okay, now these two angles, you can see that they come together and they share a line. So they share this line here, right? Now this one is 45 degrees and this one is 45 degrees. But when you put them together, okay, they equal 90 degrees. When you have two angles that come together, like these ones do, and it creates a 90-degree angle, they're called supplementary angles. Now, I can move, okay, let's see, okay, I can move this angle, okay, I can move it down, and you could see now I moved it, now it's 72 and 18. It doesn't matter how I move the middle angle, these two angles are always going to be 90 degrees together, right? They're always going to be supplementary. Now, you could probably add in your head, but I could even pull a calculator and I can say 72 plus 18, and it's going to equal 90. So it always equals 90. And then I could even go like that. And let's see, okay? And then, I could take the calculator again. Okay, maybe you don't need a calculator. I hope you don't. And then it still equals 90 degrees. So it doesn't matter how much I move this angle. I can move it as much as I want, right? The sum of these two angles is always going to be 90 degrees, and that makes them supplementary. Okay, so we'll make a note. Put it here. So we'll say a supplementary angle is two angles together that equals 90 degrees. And done. Okay, and it's going to move it here. I'll lock it into place. Okay, so two angles that come together at equal 90 degrees are supplementary. Okay, so we're going to move on. And the next one we're going to do are intersections. Now, intersections, if you drive, or well, you don't, but if your parents are driving and you're in the car, two roads that come together is called an intersection, right? And when you see what we're going to be making, you're going to be like, oh, well, that kind of looks like an intersection, right? So this is my tool to make an intersection. So I'm going to go like this right here. And let's see, I'm going to go straight up and down right there. I'm going to draw my line. Okay. And let's see, can I move this thing like that? Okay, and I'm going to draw my other line here. Okay, let's make sure that it's I'm gonna try this way. Oh, that's strange. Okay, well, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. Just try that again. Thank you for your patience. Hopefully I'll get this. Okay, that should do it. So two lines that come together are called intersect. They intersect each other. So this line and that line, they intersect, and this is called the point of intersection, right? But what we're more looking at is the 90-degree angle that it creates. So it creates a 90-degree angle right here, right? So if you don't believe me, I can put an angle right on top of it. So I'll put an angle here, and okay, I'm gonna move it a little bit here, so I'll just adjust it. There we go. So the two intersecting lines make a 90-degree angle. Okay, so here's 90 degrees. Now, it's not just this angle, right? There are other 90-degree angles all over the place. Now, some of them are upside down. So if I look over here, okay, it creates another 90-degree angle. Okay, and then, this one will be a 90-degree angle too. So there's 90-degree angles all around. When two lines that intersect together create a 90-degree angle, it's called perpendicular, right? So we are going to make a text note again. Put it here. Okay, two lines that intersect at 90-degree corners are called, well, I think it is called, no, I think it's are called, I use grammar, right? Are called, now here's Mr. Charlie's spelling tests. There it is, perpendicular. Ooh. There we go. So perpendicular. So there's another math word for us. So that's done. I'm gonna lock it in place. Okay. Now, two lines can intersect and not create a 90-degree angle. So that's gonna be our final example, right? So I can create two more lines. Let's leave it like that. Okay, and then there we go. I can make that disappear. Right. So these two lines, similar to the last one, okay, they intersect. Here's the point of intersection. But you can tell just as well as I can that if you look at these, at this angle here, it's definitely not 90 degrees. It's obtuse, right? And then this angle here is also obtuse. Now, I can prove it further just by even measuring those angles, just like I did with the last one. So I could put my point here, there, and that's a 45-degree angle, right? So this is, if that's 45 degrees, these two lines, they intersect, but they're not perpendicular, right? So if we review what we did in this lesson, I'm going to come back all the way over here. The first thing we did, we looked at, we reviewed what we did last time. So we looked at an acute angle, which is less than 90 degrees. There's the right angle at 90 degrees, and we did the obtuse angle at 135 degrees, right? That was review of last time. We also looked at supplementary angles. So a supplementary, I should adjust that. A supplementary angle is two angles together that equals 90 degrees. So I can move this line as much as I want, 63 plus 27, 39 plus 51. It doesn't matter how much I move it. It's two angles that join together to equal 90 degrees are supplementary, right? And 90 degrees is still the right angle. Then we looked at intersections. So these two lines here, they intersect, right? Here's the point of intersection, and it creates 90-degree corners. If two lines intersect to each other and create 90-degree angles, we would say that the two lines are perpendicular to each other. Okay? And then finally, we looked at sort of a non-example. So here's the non-example of two lines that they still intersect, right? These two lines still intersect. There's a point of intersection, but they're not perpendicular because they create here a 45-degree angle, and it creates an obtuse angle from here to here, right? That's an obtuse angle. So those two lines intersect, but they're not perpendicular. Why? Because they don't create 90-degree corners. Okay, so hopefully you understood that, and we'll see how you can create some of these angles at home for this week. Thank you for listening.